I'm recording again.
Oh, were you not recording the cough?
No. Cough again,
No,
please.
sorry.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Cough again so we can make the joke.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, wow, they're all dying.
Sorry, I
Right.
shouldn't have come back from China so recently.
Hello again to our loyal army of fanboys.
All 6 of them.
Mm.
Oh,
All
that's
six.
more than last time.
Yeah. Welcome back to the One Click Podcrap, where today we're going to be slagging off Chessington World of Adventures. Any opening thoughts from anyone?
That name is really up its own arse, isn't it?
It is a bit.
It really is.
The biggest adventure is trying to work out what field you parked your fucking car in.
So if this comes out on the right day, which hopefully it will, if Tom edits it correctly,
Well,
the annual pass holder day will be on the 15th. That's 2 days' time.
2 days' time.
Yes.
Firstly, if you're choosing to go to that annual pass day, I'm so sorry that you haven't got anything better to do with your life. Oh, cock, I just dropped my sweets down the back of the desk.
Oh, you mong.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, they
That's
didn't
it.
tip upside down. Everything's okay.
Podcast ruined.
Right, we're okay. Everything's fine. Carry on.
Okay.
So let's start at the top, shall we, with the ride that I suppose is synonymous with Chessington, Vampire.
Okay, I'd argue the vampire is the arse end of the park.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't like it.
Nor do I. It's okay.
Vampire is so highly regarded, I suppose, amongst enthusiast circles that it just pisses me off. Because a ride like Pterosaur at Portland's, it's a very similar idea, and it's better.
Yeah.
Vampire is my second worst aero suspended coaster.
Out of the two you've done,
Wait, no, second worst suspended coaster.
I don't know what it is in terms of suspended coasters for me, but I don't enjoy it particularly.
It's one spot above Dreamcatcher for me.
Oof.
Oh yeah. Dreamcatcher is shite though,
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to slagging off Bobby Ann Land. That'll be fun.
That's gonna be a shit show.
This is going so well so far.
Yeah, we've talked about pretty much everything except Chessington so far.
Yeah,
so
pretty much,
that's a
right.
good-
Vampire specifically then. The layout is really boring. The trains never get a swing on. It's paced terribly. It's paced so badly that it stalls if you don't load it. The trains are wank. The theming is wank. And the throughput is usually wank as well, which isn't a dig at the people who operate it.
Deep down it is.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you know,
the,
it's really...
the throughput on it is just garbage.
It's a fun ride. It's fun, but it's not good. And
No.
it's not bad. It's kind of it's like the big one. It's so average that I
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, you can say that about pretty much any Arrow coaster, really. It just sort of exists.
I think I prefer every other coaster in the park to it except Scorpion Express.
Yeah, same. Vampire and Rattlesnake are pretty close to each other in mine,
Yeah.
I think. But that's just because Rattlesnake has got tiny cars, but quite good theming.
Rattlesnakes had updated theming for this year and it looks quite nice from what I've seen.
Mm.
Oh yeah, from the one photo I've seen, that looks quite nice.
Yeah.
I think that we'll come back to that in a moment, where it's kind of like the park it feels tired overall. So the fact that they are doing a bit of renovation and restoration of things, that's a good sign, I think.
Yeah,
it's
unlike
kind of the
certain
park.
other parks in the immediate vicinity.
Yeah, Legoland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vampire, overwhelming thought.
I mean, you can tell by our attitude we're kind of a bit deflated about it. It's not.
Yeah, we really don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. A ride I do want to talk about, though, is Dragon's Fury.
Yes.
I like Dragon's Fury. I like Dragon's Fury a lot.
Yeah.
Such a weird layout.
Yeah. The very ending for Dragon's Fury and the very beginning is really good. It's textbook wacky Mora shaping, and it rides fantastically.
Yeah.
The middle bit kind of dies a bit. Doesn't really, unless you're spinning. If you got a spin on, fun. But
Which reminds me,
otherwise,
Jay, next time we go to Chessington, you and I are going to spam Dragon's Fury.
Yes.
And I'll show you the good seat. I'll show you the best way to ride it, because I showed Tom, and it was...
Oh, it works a charm.
Wait, Is it any different to a normal Mara spinner in terms of how you ride it?
It's essentially, the secret is go on a really quiet day, both face backwards, and have the slightly larger person on the right-hand side.
Okay.
It's so...
We will do some scientific testing when we go.
I can assure you it works. We spent a solid afternoon doing exactly that, and we got some spicy spins on.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a good trip, that one. That was the 1 o'clock
cracking.
meme, wasn't it?
Yeah, you decided to just, go there in the middle of the day for no apparent reason. I remember you sending the photos. I was like, what?
I've got a feeling I might do that a couple of times this year.
I think I might, yeah.
Because as crap as it is overall, the fact that it is so close and it's got this one really good ride, that's worth it for me. I'll do that.
If you can get Chessington on a quiet day, I do enjoy it, but that's really difficult.
It has to be under very specific circumstances. But yeah, Dragon's Fury, it is a good ride, and it's, I think, up until the first mid-course to the one just before the Helix doesn't need to exist.
Yeah.
Into that layout part, because that's just a bit crap. Because you drop into another mid-course, and then you drop into a hill with another mid-course. But once you hit the Helix, it's quite good again. The Helix and the lift, if you've got a spin on the lift, that's quite fun as well. Into the wiggles.
Oh, that's a right laugh, that is.
Yeah. And then down into the double up and the really strange sort of sideways bit at the end.
Oh god, yeah, that's whack.
Yeah. The very ending is all over the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, good ride.
Good ride.
Very good ride.
What are your thoughts then on Wild Asia?
Mild India.
Mild India, yeah.
That shows about how good your thoughts are on it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
The dodgems are quite fun.
The dodgems are quite fun because I've nearly flipped one before.
Wait, what? You flip a dodgem?
It wasn't my dodgem. It was my uncle's dodgem. I went to Chessington with him, and I T-boned him, and as he was going around a corner, and it flipped up sideways. He was on this. It was kind of about a 45-degree angle before it hit the ground again. It was hilarious. So they're quite good dodgems until it rains, in which case they just die. They flood for some reason.
They flood?
No, genuinely, they flood badly.
No, wait, are you on about that time when you went? Because that wasn't just rain, that was an apocalypse.
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was bad rain.
But there may as well have been a hole in the roof, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, electric-powered dodgems and water probably don't mix too well.
Yeah, there's a reason they closed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wave swing is good fun there, though.
Wave swing is okay. Cobra's fine.
Unless the ride-up is being a dick and aiming for you with the water cannons.
What else is... Oh, there's that weird ball firing thing that we can't go in.
No, so I can't give you any opinions on
Which
that.
I had good fun when I did do when I could go in there.
Oh, is it one of those soft players of the foam balls and the guns?
Yeah.
I love those things.
They look fun, but, you know...
Yeah, you would be a
can't go
massive
in
nonce.
there for fairly obvious reasons. Anyway.
Side note, I would love them to do an adults-only night in one of those and get everyone pissed.
So,
That'd be a right laugh.
that would be good fun.
Imagine all the vomit they'd have to clean up afterwards.
No.
Like.
I was so very close to asking the host if Tom and I could go in because the park was empty.
She was in a shit mood.
But she didn't look very happy, so I didn't bother. I mean, I too would be in a shit mood if I was looking after a kids' soft play area on an empty day.
Yeah, that's pretty shit.
Sorry.
I remember people who want... Fucking hell, man.
He is actually dying.
He is. So, for people who want context, this day that me and Tyler are talking about where it was dead, for just how dead it was, when we were on Cobra, there were about an hour, 2 hours left of the day? An hour, probably.
Yeah, I think we were on Cobra at about 2 o'clock.
Yeah, they did a Tannoy announcement over just Cobra for the hosts there to go, do you want to know how many riders we've had today? Yep, go on then. 80. All day. It had been open for about 5 hours and 80 people had gone on Cobra. It can do that in about 3 cycles.
Yeah,
It was dead.
that's not good. Well, that is very good for us. Yeah.
It's fantastic. They were turning a huge loss.
That's probably the best day I've ever had at Chessington. And it wasn't even a full day.
Oh, by a long shot. I was only there for about 4 hours.
Yeah, and Didn't you get like 40 rides on Dragon's Fury or something ridiculous?
We did 25 on Dragon's Fury and getting on for 50 overall.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
In about 4 hours. It was a good day.
We just didn't get up on Dragon's Fury. We just kept going round.
No. I think the
Yeah.
longest we managed on Dragon's Fury without getting cucked by someone else showing up and wanting to go on was about 15 rides straight.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Well, I think,
Without standing up. Well, no, we stood up to go back to the backwards facing ride.
yeah.
Oh, right.
And there was a
then carry
fantastic
on.
moment when we realised they were filming something, and we tried to
Yes!
get into the film every time by going. They were filming something down by where the gravity group ride should be.
Oh, right.
And the camera was pointing straight towards the valley of the drop off the first mid course. So every time, no, it might have been down the helix, something along around there.
Yeah.
Every time Tom and I went past, we were waving and trying to get in it or something.
So anyone who watches that film just sees you going past like 8 times in a row.
Yeah. But we don't know what it's for. We have no idea. I'm assuming it's like staff training or something.
That
I
would
think
be
it was
even
a Merlin
funnier.
internal. Yeah.
If it was for staff training, that's even better.
Yeah, that would be.
There's just like people are going there into their induction. They're playing that video, and it's just you two going round and round and round.
It was. That was a good laugh. Dragon's Fury.
That was fun.
Every ride I have, I laugh. It's so much fun.
It's fun. It's very fun.
So actually, I might as well chime in with my opinion that Tom's about to hate. I prefer this to Fort Park as well.
Whoa! Whoa!
What?
Whoa now, cowboy.
No,
Fuck
that,
off.
I do.
that is wrong. That is very
I
wrong.
do. It is
That is
a better park
categorically
than Fort
incorrect.
Park.
Okay, right.
No, it's
Let me
not.
list all of the reasons why it's not as good as Thorpe. The rides here are all wank bar one, whereas Thorpe only has 2 wank rides.
The only thing better than Chessington at Fort Park is Saw.
No. Somehow Chessington is more run down than Thorpe Park is. I don't know how they've pulled that off, but it is just
It
worse.
is not more run down
Chessington
than
is
Fort Park.
Chessington is a worse laid out park. It makes me feel claustrophobic, especially around Rattlesnake and Scorpion, which Thorpe does in no areas. Chessington only buys low throughput rides for some god unknown reason, so everything gets a ridiculous queue the entire time. What other reasons have we got? You get nice views of the planes taking off from Heathrow at Thorpe, so there's that.
The reason it feels more run down is because Chessington has the theming to be run down, whereas Thorpe is more of an amusement park.
I didn't think Chessington felt run down at all when I went.
You haven't spent enough time there then.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as run down as Fort Park.
No, it definitely is.
As of last year.
It's more run down.
It's way worse than Thorpe. Way worse.
Yeah, at least as of last year. Like they might change it this year, but we might cover that in another short episode when we visit.
The only thing I will agree on is that Fort Park has better rides.
Thorpe Park is better laid out. It's really
Yeah.
easy to get from one place to another there, whereas at Chessington, trying to find the entrance
It's a
to
pain.
Dragon Falls or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, but
Is-
you're missing the point. It's called World of Adventures. Finding your way around is supposed to be an adventure.
No, it's getting lost.
That's what an adventure is.
Chessington world of shitty path layouts.
Chessington World of Lostness.
I still prefer it as a park, atmosphere-wise, to Fort Park.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Shocking.
Oh dear, Jay, you appear to be wrong.
Okay, but we're not wrong on the next opinion, are we?
Which one's the next one?
I've forgotten. Shit. Hang on.
Twat.
What are we going on to next? Hang on.
Dragon
jog my
Falls
memory.
or whatever the fuck it's called
That's the one, the flume.
Tiger Rock.
now. That's the one, Tiger Rock. It's fine.
The Tiger Rock, the rock that looks like a tiger, is in a stupid place.
It's incredibly cool from one angle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that one angle is not when you're on the ride.
It's
Ugh.
wasted potential. I think that is.
It
I
is.
like the station.
I do like the
Station's
station
quite
a
cool,
lot,
yeah.
yeah. When the projector's aligned.
I like the first part of the ride when you're just kind of floating through the plants and you go under the bridge.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
first part's quite nice.
it's a really good... The flume itself is really quite good.
And it's got really comfy boats as well.
It has.
Yeah, quite nice boat design.
And the boats don't flood.
Yeah.
And they do that classic crash coming back into the station, which is
They
always
do,
good.
Yes.
yes. It is a constant train of rear-ending on the way back in. It's great fun.
Yeah. I enjoy the ride itself, but I feel the whole area is just a bit forced. I feel like if they're gonna start integrating the zoo and the park, it needs to be done park wide. Otherwise, keep them separate.
Yeah.
So if they're like you've got Tiger Rock, put something else in there as well. Land of the Dragons, just bin that because dragons don't exist.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get a dragon. Just put a dragon in there.
You could have for Egypt, you could have like the reptile house or something like I don't know.
You could put Komodo dragons in Land of the Dragons.
You could have some camels around in the
Camels.
in the Egypt bit, but like if it was, I feel it just sticks out like a sore thumb. Land of the Tiger.
There's a lot of theming in Chessing in general that just feels really forced, like that.
Yeah, I think
not particularly cohesive, not enormously well thought through, and I think it all kind of falls back to the fact that the original park layout is shit. Doesn't do them any favours.
There are worse layouts in the world, though.
Bobby Ann Land springs to mind.
No, the Bobby Ann Land layout's fine because it's just a big fucking circle.
No, it was not.
No, it's not. It's a massive circle. So if you want to go on something the other side of the lake, you have to go all the way around the other side of the lake to get to
It's
it.
got Alton Towers syndrome.
It does have tower syndrome.
Except at
comment.
Towers, you can walk through the middle of it. You just have to go down and back up. Whereas Bobby Ann Land, you have to go all the way round.
Technically, you could go through the middle of Bobby Ann Land if you're brave enough.
Or you have to swim. You wouldn't be able to walk it.
I don't think that water's going to be particularly safe to swim through either. You're going to catch some hideous cholera-based disease.
It's more of a bog. Oh, which reminds me, bog review.
Bog review, yeah.
Right, I have a bit of an issue with this one because I have never been to a bog at Chessington.
I try to go to the ones under Dragon's Fury's overbank just because of the overbank.
So yeah, I'm going to leave this one to you two because I have never been in any of them.
It's a bog. I didn't manage to block that one, so there's that, but
They were nice.
it's just kind of a bog.
Yeah, they were okay.
Merlin's dunnies are all quite average.
As much as this segment is a bit terrible at the moment, once Fly opens, things are going to get special.
Oh.
Review. Very special.
Yeah, I think we can conclude Chessington in a very similar way as we did Towers. Is they're very average.
Anything at a Merlin Park will be the same, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I think the best bet for bogs is either going to be the one under the Dragon's Fury overbank,
Or the vampire ones.
I can't think of any others actually.
The vampire ones looked very dingy.
I couldn't remember. Oh no, they're shit.
I thought they were okay.
They're terrible. No. Dragon's Fury overbank toilets or piss in a bush.
Yeah,
I
fair
think
enough.
your options.
Piss in a bush.
Yeah, fair enough.
What haven't we done?
I want to cover rattlesnake now.
Go on,
It's a
then.
wild mouse.
I know you were saying earlier, Tom, that you don't really like the rattlesnake area because you get kind of claustrophobic. That's my favourite area of the park, the Mexico area.
Yeah.
It's like the theming on rattlesnake is awesome. It's the best themed wild mouse, aside from maybe Ice Mountain. Even that's not themed; that's just indoors. I
don't
really
know.
like
It's not really a hotly contested topic, is
Themed
it?
wild
Most
mice are
themed
not
wild
exactly a violent competition, are they?
Well, I mean, there are a few places that try.
Although speaking of violent, rattlesnake breaks are
Yeah, they
exactly
are.
that.
Just rattlesnake overall is violent.
I've done worse breaks.
I don't really like the ride vehicles for rattlesnake anymore.
They're
My legs are
huge.
too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, they're
They're
fine for
really
Tom.
tall but really stumpy ride vehicles. It's odd.
Yeah, they're tall but not long.
Yeah.
There's not really such a thing as a roomy wild mouse car, is there?
No, true.
Well, I don't know. I quite like the Mac ones.
No. Yeah, they're
Wait.
not terrible.
Oh wait, this
Not
isn't
great,
a Mac,
though.
is it? Is it
It's
a
a
Mara,
Mara.
this one?
Yeah, it's
This
a
one's
Mara.
Mara.
That explains it, yeah. The Mara ones are a bit more cramped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But the fact
not
is-
hugely keen on this ride as a whole, if I'm totally honest.
I think the fact
mean,
it's kind of in a
it's-
pit changes it for me as well because it's so unique to any other mouse that I've done. Like
True.
the path is actually at the height of what the turnaround off the first large drop. That sort
A
of
little
path
bit
height.
lower, but not far off, yeah.
Yeah.
It's my second favourite coaster at the park.
I
Not
can't
that there's
remember.
many coasters to rank.
Well, there's one more now that Disco's accredits.
Oh yes.
Scorpion Express was
Scorpion Express is good. Ish.
Scorpion Express was better as the runaway train.
Yep.
I didn't do it as a runaway train, so I wouldn't really have an answer.
It's
for
better
that.
themed. Although I do like the fire.
I quite liked the effects.
I quite like
It's
the
fine.
Scorpion. I like the Scorpion itself, but the area around it is so bare and so flat. It's just not as good. Like you can tell, it's just a bit of plywood with some windows stuck on it.
Yeah, you can't tell. You can tell that the building facades around the back don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They are exactly that. They're facade.
Whereas the runaway train, it was like it felt like you were in a mountain, and it was tiny.
Yeah.
But you still felt like a mountain. It was
It was good. It was a lot better.
But it's, as I said earlier, it's nice to see them doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's a shame that stuff involves
Cleaning the
ripping
park
out
up
the
a
good
little bit.
rides like Ramesses.
Oops.
Oh yeah. What is it with the UK and just removing flat rides?
I think the reason Merlin gets rid of flat rides is they're really expensive to maintain, and the ridership is so low that when they compare the two, it's just not worth putting the money in to keep it running compared to the number of people that are going to ride it.
Yeah.
So they just get rid of it, which is, in my books, fair enough, because I don't really care anyway, because none of the flat rides I've ever had have been that good. If it's
And
something Talican level or something like that, I'd be a bit more miffed about it, but because it's just Ripsaw and Ramesses, just like, oh, it's only a top spin, I don't really care.
I like a good top spin. Admittedly, Ripsaw didn't run a very good cycle.
It ran a good cycle when I did it.
Yeah.
I had a wank cycle. Admittedly, it was towards the end of its life then, so.
If you want a wank top spin cycle, go to Madrid and ride one of those two, because there's one at each of the two parks, and they are both so bad.
I want to do the Wallaby Holland one where you just get soaked.
That does look quite fun.
Yeah.
We'll do that when we go back.
That was silly, yeah.
What else is at Chessington?
Zufari.
Room on the Broom.
Oh, God.
We're not going to talk about Room on the Broom.
Do Zufari quickly first, because it's a very cut and dry one, that is. That was a question of Merlin looking at Disney and thinking, you're the only people that are better than us, what can we do to be equal to you? Oh, I know what we can do, we can knock off one of your rides. But instead what they did was sort of look at the ride they did, and then made it shit. It's a really fucking bad ride. That is all.
It's a good ride around on the back of a truck.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Oh,
Really
Tomb
quite
Blaster.
dull.
Tomb Blaster, that's a thing.
Yep, it is a thing. It shouldn't be a thing, because it's shite. It needs a bit of work. A little bit of work on it. I think that could probably be okay.
I will say that Tomb Blaster works better as a shooting dark ride than Duel does.
It does.
Yes. That's
That
because you
owns
can
it.
see. That's because you can always see where you're pointing. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my favourite part of it. You can see where your gun is aiming,
Yeah.
and you can properly spam some targets with that if you go far enough away.
Yeah.
Room on the Broom is
Room on the Broom, I'll maintain what I said in the vlog we did from where we did Room on the Broom. I said something along the lines of, it's crap, but it's a really cool tech demo for a few effects, a few different bits and pieces in it.
I think it's one of, if not the most immersive walkthrough experience in the world.
That's pushing it.
You did Scarefest last
If the
year,
only
Jay.
other walkthrough you've ever done is through the garden section of B&Q, then yeah, I could see that.
It's not as good. It's not as good as the Neverland walkthrough at Oakwood.
That is a high tier.
Oh, God.
Although
thing.
Room on the Broom has reminded me that Gruffalo exists.
Yep, Gruffalo exists. It's alright.
God, every ride I've had on that has been an impressive meme.
I quite enjoy Gruffalo. It's quite a good
It's
retheme
quite
of
fun.
Bubbleworks. Apart from the
I
Blue
think-
Room, it's good.
The Blue Room's the best part.
The thing I enjoy about it most is going in and smelling the chlorinated water, because that just reminds me of things like Pirates of the Caribbean.
So you like it because the smell reminds you of rides that are better than it, is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. That's about the size of it. Otherwise, it's fine. It's serviceable. It's got a few cool effects in it.
And there's one host of that ride that I really don't like. I can't remember his name. I think it might be
Oh,
Cam, something like that.
Cam?
Cam.
yeah.
Crap.
It begins with a C, doesn't it?
It was
Fuck, what is
it was a massive twat.
Yeah, he's a bell end.
He looks like a knob as well.
It's a recurring theme too, because I see Vampire. I can't remember what the fuck his
Oh
name
god,
is.
that guy on Vampire is a
Yeah,
nightmare.
but I asked him, like, can I go front row? Is that okay? There was no one in the queue. He told me to fuck myself and
I
put
know,
me
and
in
he
row
staples.
6.
He staples everyone.
Yeah, I can't, what the fuck is his name? Timmy? Tim?
Tim.
Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
I can't remember. Yeah.
We're about to get a Cam and a Tim fired, aren't we?
Just the two people who are actually called Cam and Tim just lost their jobs.
Yeah, there's two poor people that are completely unrelated to what we've
Not
said. who are now
really,
leaving.
Chessington. We're taking the piss. Don't fire anyone. Thank you. So that's Chessington.
I think we've done it.
I think we have. I don't like Chessington, but unless
I
it's
like
quiet.
it. I like it more than Thorpe.
Oh,
I think it's okay. It's the most okay Merlin Park.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not quite as diabolical as Legoland, but it's not as nice
Not as good
Towers
as
and
Thorpe
Thorpe.
Towers, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I can agree with that.
We're not allowed to end on an agreement. That's pretty much illegal at this point.
Shit.
Well, this
Breaking the
will
status
probably
quo.
be the one time that we do.
Well, actually, no. I disagree with everything you've said. There we go.
All right.
problem solved.
So Jay won't be on the next episode of the Podcrap.
Yep,
It's
excellent.
it's just us two, Tom.
Well, have fun finding a replacement.
We don't need a
It won't
replacement.
take much. All we need to do is get a cucumber or something.
Stick a mask on it. Let's end this before it gets longer than half an hour.
Yeah, we're at 29:52. Quick, stop.
Thanks for listening. Share it in all the Discords. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.